This is the Comic Core channel. We are coming at you live. Damn.
Yeah.
Beep. Oh yeah, I should have beeped that. Let me try that again. This is the Comic Core channel. We are coming at you live. If you are under 21, you've probably tried to eat a Tide Pod. I am the Great White Whale. That's John. And we got a Comic Pugs Explained.
Pugs misexplained.
The classic
you mother.
It's the classic crew for the greatest comic book show ever. Damn.
Beep.
I think we should just watch the pod for the next hour.
So loud. Okay, sorry.
What do you got to say, John?
This show sucks.
So blows. What's up, chat? I love that beep sound. It's so good.
All right, well, let's roll the dice and tap it twice.
All right. I want to say what's up to Ricky Marstadt, chat MVP, here every show.
We don't do
Live
that.
with two YouTubers, Chad Comic Core,
The chat.
Yeah.
And
Fish Tropic. Chris Barrett is always in the chat.
Yeah, that's a gag we do every week.
TJ, we love you, TJ, the Slab Dragon, the Slab Daddy. John, you're late. Devil.
Is this what we've come to? Shouting out the cat on the greatest comic book show ever?
That's the first time we've ever done it, actually. It's the first time I've ever done it. The whole in like 8 episodes.
If I have anything to say about it, it will be the last.
Sorry.
Not that we don't appreciate the chat, but it's just
shame on you, Jason.
Yeah, it's not this show. I'm sorry, guys. That's the one shout out you get.
It doesn't make for good audio or visual entertainment.
That's true.
This will be the best podcast ever.
Yeah, it's going to make a whole lot of sense in audio format for someone who's not aware of the Comic Core or our channels. Why don't you roll that beautiful bean footage, bud? You know how this is the greatest comic book show ever?
Yes.
It's funny that week to week, the best part about this show is the opening animation. It's the real star of the show.
By Bob's World.
Shout out Bob's World, yeah.
TJ's wondering where Bear is. Thanks for being happy to see us first. Adam is under the weather.
He's got the bear flu.
Yeah, that rampant bear flu.
Mm.
Remember when there was the pig flu, right? Wasn't that a thing?
Right.
The swine, the hog, the hog pox,
mad bear disease.
the hog pox.
Yeah.
Isn't that a hot X-Men comic? I read Hog Pox.
Bear pox. Bear hawks and pox.
Yeah. Well, that's next year's sequel.
Oh my gosh.
Hog Pox, where
Hog Pox.
where it's like the Spider-Verse characters, but everyone is Peter Parker.
Yeah, and it's about the Charmin bears.
Peter Parker is the last one.
Shits. And wiping 24/7.
Because that's the main symptom of the the hog's pox. It's just brutal diarrhea.
Terrible. Yeah. IBS everywhere.
So luckily they have a sponsor already, so they have the toilet paper for free.
Irritable bear syndrome.
He's just got a cold. He doesn't have the drops.
He's fine. Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah. Stephanie
Please send your donations.
You had to take a night off and go get her.
Comic Kennedy 4, that was a bit much. We're sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's gonna get worse from here.
There's nowhere to go.
Yeah, sorry, man.
Nowhere
when we start with poop jokes literally every week.
Oh yeah. That's just the second degree. What do you get to the third or fourth?
Yeah. Or talking about the, going number 3. We all know what that is.
Yes.
Don't feel the need.
You gotta take number 3.
Yeah, you gotta take a number 3. Hey, I've got a question for you guys.
What's up?
Oh damn, TJ throwing shade.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. Hey, so can we talk about Spec?
Spec.
Well, this is the greatest comic book show ever, and so of course Spec is going to be a big part of that.
Yeah. I've got a legitimate question that really has been haunting my waking dreams lately.
Uh-oh.
And I was going to do a video of this on my channel, but then I remembered I don't make videos anymore, so I figured I'd just do it live.
Is the question what keeps Emma Frost's little triangular side pieces on her costume?
Ooh.
Oh, John, don't be an idiot. That's telepathy.
That is magic I don't want to know about. I just love it too much to understand it.
She
I'm not
literally has
about it. I'm
power.
curious
She
about it.
doesn't have like a little nugget in her brain to be like, I don't want to show my boobs to everyone.
She's constantly using her abilities to hold the fabric on.
Yeah, if you imagine if she just like wore a regular T-shirt, how much more powerful she would be.
I got a cover for that
on this other stuff.
I'm gonna return in 10 seconds with the cover.
All right, let's time them. Ready? This is gonna be a
keep
great video.
Action.
10, 9, 8, 7. I just hear him panicking in the distance. No.
This is like Comigories, but like less exciting.
Because there's nothing at stake other than this show being watchable.
Thunderhouse Design, I do respect the comment of 48 hours over Beverly Hills Cop. I do respect that. But I saw Beverly Hills Cop when I was a little bit younger, and it just left a stronger impression for me. But yeah, both great movies.
And it could be also even argued that Beverly Hills Cop is a comedy and not an action movie.
This is totally true. But then I also picked Zodiac as one of my favorite modern horror films. And people,
yeah, well, you are a lunatic.
That was boring.
I love Zodiac, dude. That movie still gives me nightmares. Look at that. Here we go. Let's blow this up.
Speaking of germs.
Hey-yo. Working it.
This one's more rare.
TJ says the costume question should be about Vampirella. This was not our question. I have a feeling Alec wanted to talk about something different.
No, it is now.
It is now.
Yeah. What about Deja Torres or whatever her name is?
Deja Torres, yeah.
She's just got like little piece of metal that like fabric tape did not exist in that time period.
Yeah. Well, I think both Deja and Vampirella are both aliens. And so they are allowed with that excuse.
They have alien sticky technology, or they just have sticky nips?
I think sticky nips and just like stays on.
Right.
We can only be so blessed.
I'm still into it.
Yeah, it's not bothersome. I agree.
Hey.
Zodiac is fantastic, and the fact that it's true just makes it all the more horrifying.
True. That's what the Illuminati wants you to believe.
That's right.
Yeah, throw up them dynasty signs. What? Speaking of true movies, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, they say it's like based on true events.
They do, but I think it's really loosely based.
Yeah, totally. It's based on Ed Gein, who was in Wisconsin and only killed like one person, maybe two people. He was a grave robber.
Yeah.
There was no family of crazy people. I mean, he did wear a skin mask, but I think that's where
But who doesn't? I mean,
we all technically wear skin masks. That's what a face is called.
We all wear masks.
Yeah,
as was said in the movie The Mask, starring Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey's best work.
It is. That's actually better than the Joker. It's the same movie. The Joker and The Mask are the same movie. It's the same premise.
The 2019 Joker.
Yes, it's the same.
I thought you meant the Joker and Cable Guy.
That's that too. Same movie.
Cable guy.
But apparently, Cable, Joker movies is nominated for like many Oscars when Taxi Driver and many others before then were not. But
does Jason have a lot of hate for the Joker? I've never seen it, so I don't know.
Oh, it's terrible. It's like everyone who's never seen Taxi Driver or like any other movies that have done that before, they're like, this is brilliant. And
all
it's
those
been done
movies
before
are
a million times by movies that never got nominated or heralded in movie history. But they don't know because it's a bunch of little kids that don't know.
All those movies like that are so problematic anyway because they like they glorify
Joker in a good spotlight.
They glorify like terrible mental illness issues.
Yeah, gamers rise up, as the meme is. The meme says "Gamers rise up."
we live in a society.
Yeah, exactly, Kenny. We live in a society, but also as the Batman Who Laughs says, we also die in a society.
Oh,
yes. To one up that we live in a society, we die in a society.
Yeah, I mean, anything you say that you live.
How deep is that? That's deep.
It's not that deep because, like, literally anything you say, you live doing this, you also die doing it because, like, you are born screaming and you die screaming.
Yes.
In the best case.
Joker is apparently the most brilliant movie ever and underrated, and also the first movie nominated to have a award-winning, comic-based movie. But no, apparently, Heath Ledger won that before. Also, Michael Keaton and stuff was nominated before that. But apparently, this is the first time it's ever happened before in history. People forget stuff.
That director directed Old School.
Yeah.
So let's not get our butts in a bunch too much.
Agreed.
We should go back to talking about boobs.
Probably.
Johnson Ford.
TJ, I got Vampirelli covers for TJ.
Hey, you want to talk about spec?
Spec.
So this is my question. This is a legitimate question.
That'd be a first.
I think Sticky Nips was a legitimate question. Old School is pretty amazing, but like it's not a legitimate
porn star name.
Yeah, you're not going to go to Old School for like real life advice or like philosophy.
So
people shouldn't treat Joker the same way. Oh no!
All right,
don't do that. Don't do that.
John, calm down.
Oh no!
You're my boy, Blue. Okay.
The fourth wall here.
You get ready to pay attention? You're like,
I'm thinking about it.
You're like one of your students.
Probably.
It was like,
that's why I'm a good teacher. I know my kids.
Because you're like, I'm one of you, but I pretend not to be.
Uh-huh.
All right. For example, I'm going to use The Black Knight as an example. That book was a book no one really cared about, first appearance of Black Knight. All of a sudden, he gets announced to be in the Avengers, and everyone goes tits up over it.
Right. Like Captain Britain. Same thing.
But why?
Because it's going to be in a movie.
It's going to be in a movie.
Everyone's going to want it. So you got to buy it before it comes in a movie.
It's going to be a movie. I'm going to see him on the TV screen. He's going to be in a movie.
He's going to be worth more because he's on TV.
A movie. But
my stock's going to go up because it's on TV.
The guy from the Game of Thrones is going to be in a movie with the Black Knight. The movie. Here's my counterpoint.
MODOK's on Hulu now, so he's going to be worth $1,000.
Are you counterpointing your own self here?
Yeah, well, it was a question. I'm counterpointing he's in a movie thing.
Okay.
Comic fans buy comics, back issues, correct?
Sure, why
not? And movie fans buy trades. I'm generalizing, but like comic collectors are the ones who are buying back issues.
Right.
Comic collectors had the opportunity to buy that book anytime and did not want it because, sorry, Black Knight's a silly character.
It's no Susan spec, but it's
no Susan spec. So why? So people are afraid now that there's going to be this influx of people wanting to buy this book, so it's going to be then worth more. But when in reality, if you didn't want the book to begin with, those are the same people who would be buying the book now. Is this crazy to think?
Well, Comic Cat 84 has a good point. He says, brings up Guardians of the Galaxy. No one cared about Guardians of the Galaxy until the movie was there, and you got Star-Lord and Rocket, and everyone wants those. But then again, on the opposite side, you got like a bunch of upcoming spec. You got Captain Britain. You got MODOK.
It happened.
You got Moon Knight.
Clearly, it happened that, yes, Star-Lord and Rocket are much more popular characters now because of the movies. But we're comic fans. We knew who Star-Lord and Rocket were ahead of time. People want them because they see them on the TV screen. But why?
I would say, to your point, I think there's always the group of fans, right? There's the comic Smurf who already wanted first Rocket Raccoon and was looking for it despite the film for a while. The movie simply creates an additional group with FOMO and shiny object focus. Like, oh, look, something shiny, and I want that right now. Now, some movies are good enough that the FOMO and the shiny object wantingness lasts, right? It's a good enough versus a movie like, let's talk about First Mantis, which was a book that took off and then kind of went back down again, right?
No one cares about Mantis. Mantis sucks.
And that's kind of
Mantis has done nothing cool, not even in the movie.
And I think some movies and characters are strong enough that they survive the FOMO and grow. But those are the rare exceptions, and the majority are going to do the.
Yeah, I would say buy Howard the Duck because he's always funny. He's always cool. Guess what? One day he'll be relevant.
Well, I think Alex, already in a movie. Buy something you already want. Don't necessarily just chase after the new shiny object.
And TJ says, "I own Avengers 48 9.2. Stop talking." No one listens to me, TJ. Don't worry. That book's still going to keep going up. But I think the FOMO is exactly what it is. People are afraid of missing out on it because all of a sudden there's this fervor to say oh, now people are going to care about it. But also it depends, like you said, on if the movie does well. So if we think the character is cool in a movie, then all of a sudden we want the book.
Like the Eternals. Who wants the Eternals? No one likes the Eternals. The Eternals are so boring. No Gaiman wrote the most celebrated writing story of Eternals ever, and no one wants it. It's so boring. It sucks. I can't believe they're making a movie. It's because they had no idea what they're going to do. They didn't get the X-Men yet, so they're like, oh yeah, well, let's try the Eternals.
What other properties do we have? Yeah,
exactly.
So it's cuckoo bananas to me. It's absolute bonkers nonsense that we put so much weight. We are fans of a medium that is comic books, yet it is now driven by a completely different medium of TVs and movies, and we're being told if a character is cool based on if the movie does well instead of if a comic does well.
I'm highly regretting not getting Taskmaster and Mephisto. The characters I've always loved and always wanted to get first appearance, but never could really afford it. But now it's through the roof. Those, God damn it! Why? Because they're rumored to be in a movie or they are in a movie. That sucks so bad. As someone who wants that and likes those characters and now can't get it because they're in a movie.
The hot rumor on Taskmaster is that book is going to come down a little bit because
I hope so. That'd be great.
That it's a female Taskmaster, a different Taskmaster in the movie, and we're still waiting on the one that you want, and that book will come down a little bit. Two counterpoints I had for you. One is that if what's bothering you is the price fluctuation, aren't you still as a collector feeling like, hey, if everybody else is chasing a shiny object, I can still go out and buy that bone copy of a book that nobody's really wanting right now or whatever. It doesn't affect me because I'm not necessarily chasing those shiny objects.
Well, I wanted those before they were a shiny object, but now that shiny object is in the limelight. It's shiny now in the public eye. And I'm like, I always wanted that, but now I couldn't get it before, but now I really can't get it.
But those are the rare.
And these people don't even like comics, and they're getting it because they want to flip it or whatever, and
the other one for me is this. And the thing that I like about the movies is, and that I'm hopeful about for the movies, is that they tend to bring more people to this. And I'm fine with that. my hope is that if 100% of the people that come out of the theater and decide to go to the comic shop and buy a few books, if like half of them stick with it for a little while and buy some other books and look for other, it's worth it that it spikes a few random shitty books. Like, I don't care.
Yeah. I mean, I wish half the people that go to movies would buy comics. That'd be amazing. But like guaranteed like 5% of people that go to movies will like buy comics.
Wait. No. You can't have it both ways. You can't claim that these people aren't buying books, but that they're somehow rushing out.
I think it's people who already buy comics or like people that like are in the comic business, but for some reason aren't into reading comics, but they know they just follow the spec. And that's all they do is they follow spec. So they're not even into comics. They're just like, oh, like what's happening now? Oh, Eternals, I'm gonna buy that. Oh, Taskmaster, oh, I'm gonna buy that. But they have like a store that they own, and they're not even reading shit. You know what I mean? Like that's what bothers me because they're the ones that are driving the prices up. They're the ones that check Key Collector app when like people like me already know. They already know what's hot. They don't even need the Key Collector app. You know what I mean? Like I don't check that crap. You know what I mean? It's dumb.
3-4 years ago, if someone put up the first appearance of Taskmaster in a YouTube auction, there'd be some but limited excitement about it. Now you put one up and it's just like everyone's going buck wild because of a rumor that he's going to be in a movie. Did you care about him before he was in a movie?
Yeah, I love that. I've always loved that character. Always loved him, and I always wanted to have that. And same thing with Bullseye. I love villains so much. And MODOK, and now MODOK's going to be in a show too coming up on Hulu. And guaranteed all those are through the roof, and you can't get them now. They're so expensive.
Chris Barrett says I need a counterpoint shirt.
That'd be great. Yes.
Anyway.
Isn't OJ putting on a glove? It says counterpoint. Damn. Sorry.
What I wanted to make, and this is a spoiler for a possible Comic Core shirt, is I wanted to draw Darkseid with a beard, and it says dumpster fire underneath it.
Dumpster fire is.
Dumpster fire is.
I would buy both of those shirts.
Awesome.
Anyway, so speaking of which, don't listen to anything I just said. I got some hot spec for all y'all. Ready for this? Make me big for a second.
All right.
It's
So what did everybody?
Damn. Everyone loves a good Spider-Verse character, and everyone loves Star Wars. You ready for this?
Luke Sky Spider.
Nope. You don't get it now.
That was a great book. That was awesome.
You don't get it now.
Thank you for showing us. We saw it. You guys didn't see it, but we saw it. So we're all gonna buy. John and I are gonna buy that now. But you guys didn't see that.
I don't trust you, John. You've got another appendage.
It's like every other episode of the show when I'm at the wheel. It's like, I'm just dicking around.
My point exactly.
Sorry.
Got some word bubbles?
Yeah, you guys up for that? Let's do some of that. Boom. Every week we make our little list of word bubbles that we enjoyed this week and share them with you. We're still big fans of The Wire, so we of course have bubbles in there. And I'm at the wheel here, so we'll see how well I can do with this manning the controls here. Let's see what we got here. Hey-o. Alexei.
Yeah, I don't know. Bear said he did some like Russian thing.
Alexei.
Manfrog's back.
Yeah, Manfrog's back from our first episode. When Bear asked for
issue number 1
word bubbles earlier in the week, I said, well, I don't read comics anymore, so it's problematic for me to come up with something. So
you just watch movies and run out.
I whipped out my Manfrog and unwrapped it real quick. So I keep it wrapped
a tadpole
all the time. He turned from a tadpole to a Manfrog and came out with this. And
oh no.
So
it's very suggestive.
It looks weird, but the thing I find funny is that he is saying glug, choke, sputter. It's not like, usually they'll put like little asterisks or something.
He's not saying it. It's in a circle. It's not like caption like drink.
I didn't even notice it.
He's saying glug, choke, sputter.
Glug, choke, sputter.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you get whatever that is poured down your throat.
Oh my God. That is horribly suggestive.
Man frog number 1. That's the least weird thing that happens in that issue.
Is that how he became a man frog? He just downed a bunch of tadpoles.
Oh man.
Some little frogs.
Yes.
My girls are very big Scotty Young fans, and I will say,
Yay.
I think Little Avengers versus X-Men is hilarious. And
I love that cover.
If you haven't read it, it's just a riot, and it's basically like a Calvin and Hobbes version of Marvel. You got all the young Marvel and Avenger and X-Men characters hanging out at school, and the things they go through. And so obviously they're playing dodgeball in this particular one. And there's just some hilarity all the way through. I think it's very underrated. But I like this little bit here where after the game is over, Spidey's teasing Daredevil. Did you see who won?
That's cold, Spidey. That's messed up.
I mean, it's full of great jokes for you. It's fully kids and adults. If you're reading this at night to your kids, you'll be entertained. They'll be entertained. It's totally worth the time. My library has a hardcover that I've rented many times for the girls. They just think it's hilarious.
Oh, because Daredevil's blind.
Yeah, he's like John Cena. You can't see him.
He's also got tiny Daredevil symbols.
Oh, it's the other way around. He can't
yeah. It's like Carmen San Diego.
I got the joke, by the way. That was just...
All right. So then we got, oh, geez. I can't even read that symbol.
It's Russian.
A chair in the middle of his name.
A chair in the middle of his name.
Adamski.
I think it's a chair.
Chemsky.
And he's going with Detective 1017. I don't know how we explain his word bubble, but we'll do our best.
We'll just make it up.
You got, looks like Damien there saying.
I'll read it as Bear.
You want me to read it?
Yeah, do it.
And you want me to find him because you're worried an already scared kid might not react so well to being chased by a giant bat? Sure. We're going to talk about these orphanages. It's a bit disconcerting that you own whole buildings full of potential backup Robins.
Should we all do a dramatic reading?
Go for it.
You want to go, Jason? You want me to go?
No, go for it.
I mean, if I do it, we all have to do it. So
yeah.
Damn it. All right.
Okay. And you want me to find him because you're worried an already scared kid might not react so well to being chased by a giant bat. Sure. But we're going to talk about these orphanages. It's a bit disconcerting that you own a whole building full of potential backup Robins. The HEH just hit him hard.
Oh, man.
It's funny because I was going to read it the exact same way. I think it was something else. I don't know. All right. We're going to do maybe Curly or something. And you want me to find it because you're worried an already scared kid might not react so well to being chased by a giant bat? Sure. But we're going to talk about these orphanages. It's a bit disconcerting that you own a whole building full of potential backup Robins. What?
Okay, so this is the new show, right?
I guess. That's it now. That was actually a really good issue, though. I love that issue of Detective Comics. That was like a one-off issue, and that was really good. Bear, Jesus Christ.
Bear's just like, what are you doing?
You ruined my whole thing.
Oh my God. All right, so then we got Jason. Yeah, there's no Russian equivalent for Jason or even Jay. Sorry.
Yeah, it's all right.
Not trying.
So, this is a very special 420 special by Star Wars. It's called I smoked too much weed and fell asleep in the bathtub again. The Age of Prune Man.
It's
he's just pruned up because he fell asleep in the bathtub. So here's the panel. His eyes are so red. He says, "Light that shit, smoke that shit, pass that shit. May the force fucking get snacks. I must."
I love the red eyes.
That took me like 5 minutes of Photoshop.
Oh my God.
Do you have the next panel? The other one where he's like walking.
Is there a next one? Okay, sorry. I didn't know if we were all doing dramatic.
That'd be awesome if you have it.
No, I don't think so.
No.
Oh, you don't have it? All right, that's fine.
No, that was the okay. Run. I take it we're done with the impression.
His eyes are so
I don't think I was going to do it different unless you don't want to do Yoda and read it somewhere. But what's the point of that?
That's a better Yoda voice.
Hey, I like that shit. I smoke that shit. I'm smoking here.
Smoke that shit, you must.
Here's the panel I had after that. He said,
we get rid of this and then put you in there.
"High as F I am. Walk unsuspiciously, I must."
Oh my god! Wow.
Oh jeez.
It's a Lego Star Wars with long legs.
Wow.
Jim wants to know what's up with the guy with the shopping cart. That's Bubbles.
That's Dave, you got to. Sorry, let me get this back to normal. You got to watch The Wire, great television show, and that's Bubbles from the movie, the TV show The Wire. Sorry,
you don't have to do anything.
Yes,
it's a free country, unlike Australia.
That's on fire.
Yeah, sorry.
Someone's been playing too much NBA Jam over there.
I love Australia. I'm just kidding you, bud.
Agreed.
Yeah, so watch The Wire, and that's Bubbles, and we're doing word bubbles, so it's kind of a joke. We're waiting for the Powerpuff version, which
kind of a joke.
Bear Allen is working on that, I'm assuming.
Kind of a joke. Like everything we do is kind of a joke.
And kind of unfunny at the same time.
Hey, here's my spec. It's Spider Wookie.
Woo!
Spider Wookie.
Sorry, let me get you bigger up here.
That is disconcerting. I like it though.
Midriff.
Look at his little feet.
Yeah.
Well, you would look at the feet.
Yeah, I would. I'll be Quentin Tarantino over here.
Directed by Quentin Tarantino.
So Bear Island is subtly transitioning us to our last segment.
Even when he's not on the show, he's trying to keep us moving.
He's like, "Oh, stay on track, guys."
Good man.
Stay on target.
So we do a little list that we pre-plan each week, behind the scenes on the old IG chat, the secret IG chat, where we just goof off and talk about nonsense mostly. And this week it was it started off from last week when I said, "What if there was no Space Jam in the Dark Multiverse?"
Mm-hmm.
And so he said, "What else is the Dark Multiverse about?"
There'd be no Lola Bunny.
There'd be no sticky boobs.
John's channel will be run by JOHN, and it'd be John's comics with beep.
In the brightest multiverse, his channel will be Charlie and Kate with John.
John, yeah, agreed.
That channel would have a lot more subscribers.
Yeah, you gotta get them to start doing some like slime reviews or like cookie unboxings. You'll get $1 billion.
Yeah. Like book club hauls.
Don't make them eat hot peppers, but just like have them like have them review like breakfast cereal. Have them review like breakfast cereal or something. Like you'll literally be a millionaire.
Right.
There you go. You're welcome. So typically Adam makes a beautiful slideshow to help us share these.
He's a bear of many talents.
He did this week too, but we're just going to ignore and read them.
Yeah. So
let me go to the email.
We're gonna bounce it around the table here and just kind of go through some of the ones that are things that are real in the dark multiverse.
How many do we have?
Yeah, we said the first one already. Space Jam was never made.
There's a lot of them.
Now, the second one, every comic has been dropped by Comic Head 84, and it explodes.
I think the next one's yours, Alec.
Because John doesn't know what it means because he's an old person. He says Bethesda still hasn't made a sequel to Skyrim.
It's very sad.
That would be sad, except, it's just a video game, so get over it, nerds.
I've got R. Kelly is still topping the charts.
Oh, no.
In the dark.
Hey, separate the art from the artist, right?
Right.
No.
That's what if you want.
No, I'm joking. He's deplorable. Speaking of deplorable,
Bill Cosby is Secretary of Education. Wow.
Now this one could be taken either way, depending. The next one, not that one. That one, dark.
Yeah,
dark
that
multiverse,
one's just
for sure.
terrible.
Nick Cage never became an actor. Dark multiverse,
man.
brightest multiverse.
That's pretty dark though. I like Nick Cage. I like Nicholas.
Not the bees.
Yeah, and Mandy was fantastic. So.
In the dark multiverse, Power Girl's uniform includes baggy sweatpants and a hoodie.
Oh no!
You do you, Power Girl.
Just covered up, extra baggy clothes. How about I guess the next one is ice cream is poisonous. That's no fun.
Yeah, that's pretty grim.
That sucks.
Everyone pees out their noses.
I bet like Martian Manhunter does that, and we don't know about it.
Yeah.
Let's see. There's a lot of oh waits. I don't know if we're doing any of those.
Oh yeah, we're doing all of them.
Oh god.
I'll read them all. I'll just go down the list if you want.
Yeah.
Okay. In the dark multiverse, there's a major dispute about Wolverine's first appearance. Oh, wait.
It's 180.
People don't believe in global warming. Oh, wait. Old Town Road was the smash hit of 2019. Oh, wait. Comic titles get relaunched every 12 months. Oh, wait. Every series ties into a major event. Oh, wait. We are living in the dark multiverse, people.
This is the darkest universe. We're in it.
Oh man.
You guys can continue now.
All right. Facebook is the most powerful tool in politics in the dark multiverse. Oh wait, that's not in there. But oh wait.
Booster Gold and Blue Beetle have given in to their urges in the dark multiverse.
Why's that gotta be dark?
Yeah, I like that.
That's a beautiful
Let them do it. It's about time.
2020.
Let them be with Hulkling and the other guy.
This next one I kind of take umbrage with, not because, just bear with me. Bill Murray isn't funny.
That's sad.
Very sad, but would they know? Why is that? Like, they don't know any better. It does. It has a negative effect on them, but not in a way that like peeing out your nose does.
Yeah. What if like he's like a really good dramatic actor instead of being a comedian? You know, because he does that too. I don't know. Oh, this one's dark. Chris Barrett is not in the chat.
Yeah.
That makes me sad.
The horror of the dark multiverse right there.
That is sad.
TJ collects Beanie Babies in the dark
Instead of slabs.
Can you slap a baby?
The baby dragon.
Can you grade a baby? This next one is mine, so good thing that I took it. In the dark multiverse, sex hurts.
It doesn't?
Yeah, that was. Thank you.
Okay.
That was the setup for that one.
All right. In the dark multiverse, Alex shows his emotions and John is still unfunny. I don't know what that's like.
I don't know. In the dark multiverse, this show doesn't exist.
Again,
Is that dark though? I don't know.
maybe a pro.
I think everyone's better off without this show, right? Our rule number 1 was no one should watch a show ever, right?
This show is actually considered the greatest. That I think speaks more about the content
That's sweet.
level of other stuff.
I like that. Perry's jacket is the only jacket you can buy. Where's Perry?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That would be a truly dark multiverse.
That is.
Harvey Weinstein is in charge of HR in your office.
Oh, no. Yikes.
I'm going to skip the next one because you already dunked on him once. Every comic is drawn by Rob Liefeld.
All covers are just like huge misinformed feet. That's all it is. Like from the bottom, soles.
Very awkward.
Drew Manchu occasionally has accurate opinions. Oh, wait.
Damn.
Aquaman didn't lose a hand. He lost something worse. His weenus.
And it's a hook still. So it got replaced by a hook.
It already. Bruce Wayne's father became Batman and eventually crossed over into the reality where Bruce was Batman and tried to stop Bruce from
disease, and someone fell asleep.
Oh,
That's good. Way to go, Tom King. Granny Goodness bakes the best cookies. That's not dark. That's sweet. I love that. I love Granny Goodness being an actually good granny.
The dark multiverse. That's not normal.
I guess.
Just withhold them. That'd be a very Granny Goodness thing to do.
Yeah. What if they're the best cookies, but they're like full of absolute poison, and you can't not eat the whole thing because it's so delicious?
In the dark multiverse, when people travel there, everyone refers to it as sliding into the DMs.
Dark multiverse. I like that. DMs. All right. That's pretty clever.
So this one's going to take. This is a few levels of.
That's why I'm glad you got this one.
So someone suggested that Adam Hughes is known for drawing penises. Drawing penises.
In the dark.
Okay.
This whole thing we're doing here, Jason. At which point I objected, pointing out that maybe some people would like looking at Schwangers.
Yeah.
So then someone said Adam Hughes is known for drawing small penises that hook to the left. But I still say maybe that's somebody's thing. So
agreed. You can't king shame.
Somebody's thing.
Yeah, it's somebody's thing out there.
Drawing somebody's thing.
Don't look at me, John.
I'm not going to relate to that. I mean,
mine hooks to the right.
I won't defend that to the death. That's all I'm saying. All right. So, Absolute Carnage tie-ins have tie-ins. Wait.
And many comic books cost $4 in the dark multiverse.
At this point, that would be a benefit.
Yeah.
A lot of comic books cost more than $4.
There's a $10 Wonder Woman coming out.
It came out today.
That's a dark multiverse.
Every shop owner looks up all the books you want to buy on eBay before telling you the price.
Oh, wait.
Like, you ever been to a shop where you bring up the books and they like look them up at the counter?
Right.
Yeah.
That's
every cover is a ratio variant.
I mean, it's getting there.
Yeah, like everyone's a 1 in 10 or 100. Yikes.
In the dark multiverse, Stan Lee drew ASM and Steve Ditko wrote it.
Yikes. Sandman was written by Tolstoy, and it was 500 issues long.
It was Sanskrit Man.
Sanskrit Man.
It was Russian.
That's good, John.
Still funny. You gotta laugh.
So now we're just like saying things.
Has that not been the show from the beginning?
In the dark multiverse, Walmart is the only place that carries new comics. I don't know, man. I feel like more people would buy comics if it was the only place.
I was thinking more about
and those comics were actually really celebrated, like in both the Bendis world and the Tom King world. They were the best things they've written in the past like 2 years. Was his Walmart issues.
The reason they're sought after is because you can't find them in good condition because no one handles them correctly.
Which is why they reprinted them.
Yeah, which they said they would never do.
Yeah.
In the dark multiverse, comics aren't numbered at all.
Maybe it's just me, but that like no one else liked that one in our chat, but that would drive me absolutely
bonkers.
Insane. No one has invented bags and boards.
Ooh, man. That would drive me insane. Got to have that protected. In the dark multiverse, Bane's strength comes from ecto cooler, like in the tubes, I guess. I like that. That's like me as everyone is a 10-year-old. You're just like.
Actually, you can't buy ecto cooler anymore. So actually, Bane would actually
you can on Amazon.com.
Rendered fairly weak because of his lack of ecto cooler.
They brought back ecto cooler last year. You can still buy it on Amazon. I had it last year, and it was not very good.
Able to buy in bulk in enough that he may strengthen himself in a way that he needs to break Batman, or perhaps break Alfred's neck.
I think one can of ecto cooler would give him diabetes.
Guys, no fucking nerds. The next few, we went on a little turn here. Shirtless Bear Fighter is fully shirted, and it's a naked co-ed one.
Image nutted up, pun intended, and didn't pixelate Shirtless Bear Fighter's Hogan.
The decline in newspapers has forced Jimmy Olsen to pursue his other passion, human trafficking. That's effed up. Who made that one? Who was that?
That's where we start getting real dark.
What the hell, man? That is twisted as hell.
Oh my god! That would
Jimmy Olsen, Superman's best human trafficker.
In the dark multiverse, Alec is clean shaven.
Oh yeah, his doppelganger is clean shaven.
That's a
Fate has just landed me on all the ones that you guys want me to read. Dark multiverse, there's a villain known as the Batman who comes.
In the Dark multiverse, every Black Label book features Batman's dick. In fact, it's the new Robin. That's right. A whole 5-issue arc of Batman's dick that talks and calls itself Robin. I'm sorry. That was my fault.
Oh, God.
I apologize to everyone. So I didn't realize that was happening as I read it.
There's a little bit of truth about the dark multiverse. Maybe you didn't know.
Yeah, don't want to
think about it. Now you know what to think about.
Yeah, don't let the Batman who comes take you there.
Batman who comes.
Oh, wow.
Well, we got to get on out of here and talk about a book that's real. And
oh, yeah. What are you guys covering tonight?
We're covering, for the second time on New Comic Book Day Book Club, a Guardians of the Galaxy #1.
Ewing. Nice. That's awesome. I was looking forward to that.
Well, tune in to see what we thought of it.
You might not feel
it. I got to read it first, man.
Well, you have 6 minutes.
We do.
Yeah, I don't have it on me. I gotta bootleg it first.
Okay.
So as a quick little recap, thank you for all hanging around. We talked about hot things that are happening in the comic community. We talked about the dark multiverse. We talked about the great word bubbles we read this week. And Alec even shared a hot spec book you would not believe. You don't want to miss out on any of this grand goodness. Thank you for coming.